Real or satire? Go.
Hi, it's Luna, activist teacher here, and I'm keeping my mask on. I am not going to take it off because I have a gas stove, and I'm now afraid of the gas stove for my health. Hanging out in my bedroom now, I don't want to be near it. I'm only using the microwave if I need to heat stuff up. Now, if a friend invites me over, I have two questions to ask them. Are you vaccinated? Do you have a gas stove?
Real or satire? It's hard to tell at this point. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to Zeducation and welcome to another woke episode. Back to that intro there. I'm going to go ahead and say that's satire. Is it believable that there are real people like that? Absolutely. For some reason, I'm calling satire on that one. Here on our woke episodes, we highlight all of these crazy things that are happening throughout our world. We've been doing this for a few years now. And why do we do this? Guys, I care about you. I don't want you to get canceled. I don't want you speaking out against things you disagree with because you'll get banned. You'll get banned, all right? Don't cringe at these things. Accept it. Put it in your kids' schools, all right? Put it in government buildings, everywhere, all right? And accept it or you're fired. You're canceled, obviously. As a reminder, just in case we get canceled here, head over to zmedia.substack.com and sign up for our email list for free. Because if we do get canceled, we can post all of our videos right over there on Substack. It's a great website and one of the most content creator-friendly websites out there as well. So head over there, zmedia.substack.com. But first, before you do that, I gotta test you guys. If you accept the terms of today's game, you cringe, you lose, you're canceled, head down and like this video. And if you are new here, please make sure you are subscribed and have the bell clicked for notifications when new videos are uploaded. Now, on to today's game. If you cringe, you lose. Go. Are white women allowed to have big butts? I don't know if they're allowed to. All right. I mean, this is where our conversation is. I cringe. I lose. First one. I don't even care. Cancel me. This is dumb. This is insane. But this is how good we have it. This is how good life is for everyone in the West. These are the types of stupid debates that are being talked about. It's amazing. Next. I can't. Model slams horse ranch for refusing to let her ride horses due to her weight. This is dumb too. Like there is a line. There's a cutoff. It is like the horse can only do so much. Like you can't just force the horse to comply with your standards. It's not how it works. It's not reality. Sadly, Scientific American, the terrifyingly ordinary nature of football's violence disproportionately affects black men. That is one of the dumbest articles I've ever seen, and thankfully, Mr. Tony Dungy agrees. As a black man and former NFL player, I can say this article is absolutely ridiculous. Hey, whoa, this doesn't divide people, all right? The Scientific American, that's what they want to do. They're part of that whole group. Divide, based on how we look. Mr. Tony Dungy, you have to comply, otherwise you're fired from your job. Don't use the word mummy. It's offensive to ancient Egyptians. British Museum bans age-old expression out of respect for 3,000-year-old dead. You can't make it up. Mummy. The mummy. Cancel that movie. Brendan Fraser, you're canceled, bro. You're canceled. Transgender artist removes J.K. Rowling's name from Harry Potter books, resells them. I have to say, this is about the equivalent of like a little toddler having a meltdown. This doesn't do anything. It just makes you look silly. The all-female packs celebrate women everywhere who are flipping the status quo. And here we go. We got the M&M's, peanut butter M&M's, supporting women flipping the status quo. And this is what people don't like. It's like, just give me the peanut M&M's. I don't give a shit about your stupid woke agenda. Just make the M&Ms. Who cares? Like, you have to make everything woke. Everything has to have a message. There's injustice everywhere, including the M&Ms. Get out of here. They paused this, by the way, because people were so, just make the chocolate M&Ms. Quit being a stupid woke company. Oh, yes. One of the woke queens herself. Look at that. The photo op. She got arrested, by the way. This is her getting arrested, taking pictures. What's going on? Look at this. thought you were arrested. That's not how people get arrested. Posing for the camera. What the hell? Like, what's going on here? Okay, now, oh, back to making it look good. Greta, you have an indefinite invite to this show. You sit right there at the chair. We'll ask you questions. It'll be great. It'll be a good time. How dare you?
How dare you?
Jailed Minnesota mosque bomber says gender dysphoria drove her to attack. Drove her to attack. Drove her to attack. There we go. Drove her. Food apartheid, the root of the problem with America's groceries. Food justice activist Karen Washington. All right, that's where we're stopping. There's a thing called a food justice activist. Get out of here. Menswear steals the show on a gray Golden Globes red carpet. Menswear. Look, you can go ahead and wear that. I literally don't care. But menswear? I don't know. I don't know about that one. The white supremacist origins of exercise and 6 other surprising facts about the history of U.S. physical fitness. Don't forget, we had this one in our last one. I just want to remind you guys. Exercise, bad. Very bad. Don't exercise, or you're a bigot. The heightened concern about black women's weight reflects the racist stigmatization of their bodies. It also ignores how interrelated social factors impact black women's health. Scientific American, again. There's no science involved in the woke culture. There just isn't. So aren't you supposed to be teaching us about the stars and the galaxies and geology? Like, what is this? Co-founder of Queer Indigenous Artists Collective in Wisconsin is unmasked as a white woman after claiming she was Native American and Two-Spirit. Why does this always happen? Rachel Dolezal, what did you start here? Elizabeth Warren, look at what your influence has caused. Lots of harm, lots of damage, lots of copycats out there, including this lady. Why? Why? Feminist baby. You know, this is, make sure you teach the kids, right? Teach them. Wage gap. You know, WNBA players, they should be paid exactly the same as the NBA players, even though they make a fraction of the revenue. 5 reasons men should not be afraid to date woke women. Dating a woman who is aware of social justice and racial issues will never be a bad thing. Yeah, you don't ever. Boys, careful. You do not want to date a woke woman. I don't know, like, something's wrong with you if you think that's, like, if they find injustice in big butts on white women, if that's racist to them, if they think there's a term for food justice activist, run. Get out of there. Stop talking to that person. And vice versa, women too. There's a lot of those, a lot of those weirdos out there too, the guys.
Aretha Franklin's 1968 song, Natural Woman, perpetuates multiple harmful anti-trans stereotypes. There is no such thing as a natural woman. This song has helped inspire acts of harm against transgender women. KCMA is requesting it is removed from Spotify and Apple Music.
Imagine. Like, you're in the 60s. Aretha Franklin, I mean, we're talking, that's like civil rights time. Then you got people fighting over in Vietnam. And you time travel and tell them, hey, this is what you're fighting for. This is where they're going to look back on you and say, you're bad. So, like, imagine, like, I would just stop. There's no reason. There's no reason to keep going. It's just, it's a travesty where we are. Transgender woman crushed by international backlash after using women's YMCA shower. People should drink less coffee to combat climate change, study says. No. No, I repeat, no. I'm never, ever not drinking coffee. Like, I think I said it in the morning show, kiss my ass. I'm not drinking coffee. This is the stupidest thing ever. Intuit makes these products available to anyone who needs them. So we are placing them in women's, men's, and gender-neutral restrooms. There we go, I got tampons in the men's restroom. I'm glad they're doing this. Amazing. Harvard trains medical students to treat transgender infants. Harvard. Babies. Yeah, this is where we are now. Again, Harvard, this is from Fox News. Harvard medical students offers course about healthcare for LGBTQIA+ infants. From Berkeley, speciesism, like racism, imperils humanity and the planets. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and say, like, we know that our brains are different than animal brains, but yes, we are on the top of the food chain, Berkeley. It is, at least intelligently. I don't see any other animals building skyscrapers and flying to space, okay? Now, if we're talking about combat, we're not on the top of the food chain. But we're so smart that we can equal the playing field. The UC Berkeley, these are our universities. Speciesism, bad, bigot, canceled. Transgender man gives birth to non-binary partner's baby with female sperm donor. None of that makes sense at all. Next. San Francisco reparations panel pitches $5 million each to black residents. Let's go back to that lady from Wisconsin and Elizabeth Warren and Rachel Dolezal. Like, seriously, if Elizabeth Warren can do that, I'm moving to California and I identify, I want to go get $5 million. You can do that today, right? USC will no longer use the word field over racist origin. A department on the University of Southern California will stop using field in its curriculum. It's not the football field, guys. Field. A wide open area, a field. Bad, racist, USC, academia. Again, I want to make sure we're clear here. When we cover these episodes, much of it comes from mainstream sources, academia, the media. This isn't like some fringe group out here.
Do not watch Avatar: The Way of Water. Join natives and other indigenous groups around the world in boycotting this horrible and racist film. Our cultures were appropriated in a harmful manner to satisfy some white man's savior complex. No more blueface. Lakota people are powerful.
Now, I wish this was satire, but I think this is real. I do. I think it's real. Norwegian government funds research to find out if white paint is racist. That's a real thing. Real thing. New York Times essay says you should mate with short people to save the planets. Of course, you're smaller, you consume less. Theoretically, make smaller people. Duh. This is the push, right? The New Yorker, the case for wearing masks forever. A lot of anti-mask sentiment is deeply embedded in white supremacy. The New Yorker, onto the mainstream media. There we go. Not wanting to wear a mask is embedded in white supremacy. Obviously. Everything has injustice in it, guys. Everything. Duh.
I would encourage the committee to vote no on this amendment for a few reasons: practical, financial, social, emotional. First, there are a lot of schools that are moving towards gender-neutral bathrooms, and if we add female, we might become obsolete very quickly. Second, not all students who menstruate are female. We need to make sure that all students have access to these products.
Minnesota. Yeah, Minnesota. And I shouldn't even say Minnesota. I have to make sure we're clear here, because a lot of you think this about Minnesota, that we're crazy. A lot of it is crazy. But it's a 2-county area in the Twin Cities, all right? You go outside of that, it's a pretty sane place.
Can we stop, normalizing people being late? It's not cute, it's not funny, it's not a...
When y'all are ready to learn about the connections between this, and the white American cultural norm with obsessing over being on time, please let me know. Please. Because as someone who is Black, queer, has ADHD, and studies African American history and culture, it's one of my favorite things to talk about. It's going to be so much fun. But until then, we could just keep acting like that's a completely harmless opinion that has no historical context whatsoever.
The smugness. Oh, you love to see it. The smugness. Hey, your shift starts at 7. Make sure you're not here at 8, 9, 10. You're here at 7 so the customers can, have someone here working. That's bad. That's racist. Of course. Trans clash. Men's prison slammed for failing to provide makeup for transgender inmates. Looks like this is in the UK. UK, get it together. Unreal.
The term obese is a slur because it is used to dehumanize us and harass us. It's not because our feelings are hurt by an accurate description. It is an outdated term that does more harm than good, and as such, it should be eradicated. That's it.
And this tweet got fact-checked. Obese is a technical term. According to The WHO, overweight and obesity are defined as abnormal and excessive fat accumulation that presents a risk to health. A body mass index over 25 is considered overweight, and over 30 is obese. Again, I thought this was satire, but I think that's real. I think this is a real person. Changing medical definitions, medical terms. It hurts to stare in the face of reality sometimes. It does. Reality is not what a lot of people want it to be, but it is reality, whether they like it or not. Trans girl experiences first intense period after HRT.
Why? Stop. Why is this thing not hot? I swear to God, if anyone says welcome to womanhood, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Not quite sure that's how it works. You don't just take a pill and start, or however they do it, start getting periods.
The Miss Universe organization from now on is going to be ran by women, owned by trans women, for all women. For all women really around the world to celebrate the power of feminism.
How did you do in today's very, very cringeworthy episode? At what point, I mean, do we feel like we're living in some dystopian novel yet? I mean, that last clip, I mean, it felt like we're right out of Hunger Games. No? But again, this just shows the detachment from logic, reason, and truth. Sadly, I mean, that's where we are. And the mentality is not, hey, just leave us alone and let us live. It's accept it, be a part of it, or else. And that's where I have a problem. Let me know how you did down in the comments. While you're down there, please like this video, even though there's not much to like. Help us get it recommended to other people. That's it for today's video. Until next time, I'm Tyler Zed, and this is Zeducation.
For the children.
Idiots.